Today, I'm sharing with you the top wheel strategy setups that I'm watching this week. Let's go. Yo, what's going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day. Welcome back to another Sunday Wheel Strategy Picks video where I share with you guys some of the plays that I'm eyeing as opportunities to run the wheel strategy on this week, primarily with our cash-secured puts. So let's get right into today's video. And of course, if you like this sort of content, it really helps if you like the video as well as subscribe to the channel. So thank you. But let's get into it. The first one, guys, is the gorilla in the room. I am so excited about this company as well, and that is Netflix. Obviously, massive news came out obviously last week. Netflix will be acquiring, potentially, we'll see what happens, but it will be acquiring Warner Brothers. We will see if this, we'll see. It's about 12 to 18 months before this even gets finalized. Obviously, there's regulatory stuff that needs to happen still, all that stuff. But with that said, I am watching this one real closely to start selling some cash-secured puts on. Now, obviously, we've been kind of in a bit of a slump here recently with that news that's come out, and we've dropped below that bottom Bollinger Band, currently trading around $100 on the dot, down around 3% on Friday, well below or 200 and 300, not well below, but well below the 200-day moving average and slightly below the 300-day moving average here of 104 and below the bottom Bollinger Band. So you already know this is usually a great setup and a great opportunity to start selling some cash-secured puts on a company that we love. And obviously, I am really bullish. I mean, this catalog if this deal gets done, the catalog of products that Netflix is going to happen, it actually scares me a little bit, thinking this deal might not even end up happening in ways, because it might even be like a monopoly. But with that said, we are 34 on the RSI oversold, right? So what am I watching, right? So let's bring up the options chain right here, guys, and let's take a look. Unfortunately, let's see if I can move this over, because I usually like to have this in a different screen, and every time I bring it into view, sometimes it goes crazy. So the strikes that I'm really looking at like the 95s. With a play like this, I'm not doing weeklies. I'm going out about a month. So if we're looking at like January 29th, let's go take a look at some of the puts here. I'll expand some of the current options. I'm looking at like the 95s, right? I believe that's a great support level for us, and honestly, I don't mind getting assigned at that level. So we collect about $178 of premium on the 95s. Let's go quickly toss that in and see what our return on collateral would be there. So we're collecting $178, and we are locking up $9,500 in that one for just under that 2%, and that's usually what I like to be at. I'm not very super aggressive, especially with some big news that's come out like this with Netflix. I'm usually going to play it a little bit slower, all right? Obviously, I miss out on gains with that, but this is the kind of stuff that I like to do, especially with like big news that's coming out, and still I want to be part of that action. So I'm looking at those. Also, if you want my cash-secured put calculators, my full trade logs, all that good stuff, it's all free. Attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. You'll get my full trade log templates as well as cash-secured put. So I'm looking at eyeing the 95s. Hopefully, if we continue to drop here, I will get even better premiums and better strike prices. So I'm watching this one very, very closely like a hawk here this week. Next one, guys, is going to be SoFi. Okay, I'm going to quickly cover this one. I know I talk about this one a lot already. Big sell-off here on Friday, down 6%. I ended up getting assigned at my 28 level, so I am assigned at 28 on SoFi. My plan, Monday morning, boom, we open it up. I'm starting to sell my 28.50s maybe, or 29s preferably for the following week. This is the only stock that right now that I really like doing a weekly wheel strategy on. So I am doing weeklies. I got assigned, like I said, at 28 on Friday, which is perfect. That's a sweet spot. We're trading right at 27.78, right? So obviously I'm assigned at 28 cost basis, and I'm going to be selling my covered calls weekly, and then I'm also going to be doing some cash secured puts for the following week. So basically what I'm doing with SoFi right now is I'm doing something called a covered strangle, and basically that means I am doing a covered call and a cash secured put that expire on the same date, all right? And usually it's going to be Friday every single week that I'm doing that, okay? So for my cash secured put, I'm going to be looking at around the 26 level, playing a little bit more aggressive there. If I'm getting them at 25, I'm going to love that for sure. The premiums have been really good. It's been like a percent and a half a week return on my collateral there. I'm being a lot more aggressive. Go do your own research. Obviously, guys, these are just ideas that I'm throwing out there. Obviously, SoFi has been a high flyer here, trading still well above its 200 and 300 day moving average. So it is a more high risk stock. But for me, I like this stock because I am very bullish on SoFi long term, and I've been really having a lot of fun running this covered strangle strategy on this. Worst case, I'm getting a sign. So I'm looking at 29s for my covered calls, and then around 26, if I can do the 25s for the cash secured puts for the following week, I will totally do that as well. Next one I am looking at is DocuSign. Okay, so I'm watching DocuSign as well. Also dropped over 7.5% here on Friday. Now, obviously, there's a lot of fear, I would say, in the DocuSign and that whole industry with AI and how that's going to impact everything. But we are trading right at that bottom Bollinger Band area. I want to see if we continue to drop further into that 63 level. And if we do, I will start considering looking at like the 60s. We're not super oversold here just yet, but I'm watching. I mean, a big 7.5% drop is nothing to kind of ignore in my personal opinion. But I'm going to be looking at stuff at like the 60s, 50, 59s maybe. Still, I'll most likely be looking at stuff at the 60s. Let's go to see what kind of premium return we're going to be getting there. So we're getting about on the 60s, we're getting about a $78 premium, at least at the time of recording this video. Obviously, results vary. These numbers will look all completely different. So the juice just ain't there yet. We'll see at market open if it's there. I'm primarily, again, if I'm going to take the risk on a stock like this, I need to get a decent ROI on my collateral and a very decent strike price, because when I sell puts, I assume assignment, and I want to make sure I'm going to be able to get out of this. But we're going to see what happens. Obviously, we're struggling here a little bit, but I would like to see if us get down to this like 63 level where we're at like about 2 weeks ago, and see what kind of support we get at that 63 level before jumping right back into it. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. Next one is Lidos. Okay, Lidos as well. It's a little bit slim pick. I'm not gonna lie right now, guys. A lot of we had a nice little rally into Thanksgiving. A lot of covered calls or a lot of cash securities have been already closed out for this past 2 weeks, really, from that Thanksgiving rally we had. So right now it's kind of just a little bit slim pickings. But with that said, I do expect more. Everything's a tweet away, right? Or a headline away to create a massive amount of opportunity for us. So I am watching also Lidos as well. I'm using this kind of as an opportunity, to be honest with you, to get into some of the more boring stocks that are setting up decently. Now, Lidos also has been on a fairly big tear, but they have obviously a fantastic business model. It's not super oversold yet. It is a little worrisome for me. This one's kind of like, I would say, bottom of the barrel list for me right now. I have a couple other ones that I'd rather get into, but I am watching this one. I want to see how we test that 183 level, and then if we start working towards those 200 and 300 day moving averages, obviously I would absolutely love that. But I did notice the big 3% drop here on Friday, which doesn't happen super often. But we'll see what happens on Lidos as well. So next one is going to be GILD, ticker symbol, Gilead Sciences. This one is one of my favorite Ark Options Strategy stocks. Okay, now also well above its 200 and 300 day moving average, which for me, I always slow play that. I'm not rushing into it. With the entire market is I would say very overvalued in my opinion. But with that said, this is when I go back to kind of like the boring stuff, boring dividend paying stocks that are setting up decently, that if I get assigned, I'm not going to stress out about it, even if it took a year or so for me to recover. So, but I am watching it. That down about 1% here at close. I want to see this thing get back under 117. If we get back under 117 and continue to see a little bit more red here, I would love to be doing like the 115s, which have a decent premium here. But again, it's a bit slim pickings here. Oh, my chart just freaked out me. I want to be below that bottom Bollinger Band, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, especially if we are above the 200 and 300-day moving averages. If we're above that, I need to be at the least in a fairly oversold situation, because I'm taking my risk, and I want to be around those key moving averages, And right now, it still needs to get a little bit more oversold, in my personal opinion. But the big one I am watching, right? And this is, of course, saving one of the best for last. Netflix is really going to be one of the bigger ones, and that is going to be Kimberly Clark. You guys know I love Kimberly Clark. They recently acquired, obviously, Kenvue as well, which was big news, and we saw an absolutely massive drop on that news. We kind of saw this with Netflix as well recently, right? Netflix purchasing Warner Bros. Stock drops, right? Kimberly Clark purchased Kenvue, stock plummets down, and right, that was from the 120ish level. I'm looking at the 100 puts on this, 36 on the RSI, well below the 200 and 300-day moving averages. These are the kind of setups I'm looking for right now. Boring dividend-paying stocks that just are, that I believe are just getting beat up for absolutely no reason. But obviously, because they purchased Kenvue is the reason there. But with that said, I think that's a short term, and I think overall especially in the coming years, this thing's going to be back at its all-time highs. At least that's my personal opinion. I am looking at the hundreds here. I've done in the past hundreds on Kimberly Clark. It's a strike price that I would absolutely love to own Kimberly Clark with to begin with, and it's probably one of the better setups along with Netflix that I'm hoping to be getting into this week. Guys, let me know what stocks you're watching this week. Drop them down below in the comments. Also, make sure to attend the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. You're going to get my 2 premium calculators. I literally live in these on a daily basis, as well as my full and entire trade log, so you can keep yourself organized with your options selling. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.